on the case.
Erin Brockovich, who fought for clean water in her California town, is demanding the government do more for residents.
They were told it was safe to go back. They've been drinking the water. Now they're told you can't drink the water.
The governor says he was told the train was not considered a highly hazardous material train.
This is absurd.
So the railroad was not required to notify state officials about what the train was carrying.
ABC's Andrea Fujii. Michigan State University in mourning for the victims of Monday's mass shooting. There's a campus vigil tonight.
Sophomore Brian Frazier, president of his fraternity. Junior Alexandria Werner, an athlete known for her kindness. And junior Ariel Diamond Anderson, who wanted to be a surgeon. Her heartbroken family speaking out.
We want the senseless killing to stop.
5 other students hospitalized in critical condition.
ABC's Alex Perez. The dead gunman, 43-year-old Anthony McCrae, killed 3 students and wounded 5 others before taking his own life. Police say he had an attack list on him with targets in other states. The Chinese spy balloon shot down off the coast of South Carolina may have been blown off course by weather conditions after all.
According to the Washington Post, U.S. military and intelligence agencies had been tracking the balloon for nearly a week, even watching it as it lifted off from its home base near China, eventually taking an unexpected northern turn towards Alaska's Aleutian Islands, where it could have encountered strong winds that pushed it further south.
ABC's Ika Jachi. Sentencing this morning for Peyton Gendron, the 19-year-old who shot and killed 10 black people at a Buffalo supermarket last year. Families want to see him face to face. Life in prison expected. You're listening to ABC News.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and catch the bus. Text and miss your stop. Wait. Text and be late to work.
Sorry, I'm late.
Text and work. Text and pretend to work. Text and act surprised when someone calls you out for not working.
Who, me?
Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey.
Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The mystery winner of the record-setting $2 billion Powerball jackpot sold in California 3 months ago has come forward, sort of. Edwin Castro was revealed by lottery officials but stayed away from a news conference, saying in a statement the real winner is the state's education system. Ford forced to shut down the production line for its all-electric F-150 Lightning pickup. The company says during an inspection it found some sort of problem with the batteries being installed in the trucks. The automaker did not elaborate. Getting a good night's sleep at the same time every night may help keep your heart healthy.
The study found that people who had significant variations in their sleep cycles had more signs of cardiovascular damage. The genes that control our internal sleep clock are responsible for regulating other major cardiovascular functions. The research looked at thousands of people and measured their sleep and wake times, adjusted that for pre-existing risk factors, and found those who had many day-to-day variations showed higher amounts of plaque in their heart vessels. The study, though, shows only an association between sleep patterns and heart disease, not that irregular sleep caused it. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
And some of the boys of summer getting back on the field today. Pitchers and catchers reporting for 17 Major League Baseball teams to start their spring training. All teams expected to start spring training by the end of the week. This is ABC News.
Your body contains up to 70% water. It's what you run on. So when you feel like you're running low, have a glass. And recharge your body. You're gonna drink something, and what you drink is up to you. When you drink water, you drink up.
I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherford.
We're going to see high temperatures for today climb into the mid-60s and mid-70s. We're going to see increasing clouds. It'll be partly cloudy, and we cannot rule out a few passing sprinkles in our northern counties. It is not going to be a washout. It's a very small chance, and most of us will stay dry. The bigger story for today will be the warmth that we're going to see with winds moving in out of the southwest. Come tomorrow, highs will reach the low to upper 70s. Rain will move in Thursday night and clear out by Friday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in Weather Center.
We're starting out this morning with 46 degrees right now. We started out earlier with 43, now to 46. We'll be climbing to 61 before our day is over with south wind about 9 miles per hour. And tonight dropping back to 51, a little warmer than we are right now. And that southwest wind about 6 miles per hour. Chance of rain develops tonight slightly, and then tomorrow night we'll have some clouds and some rain. But fortunately, it's clearing out for the weekend. It looks like right now we'll have a beautiful weekend here in the foothills. On Saturday, mostly sunny with highs near 53 and light wind. And then on Sunday, partly cloudy with a high near 55 and wind gusts as much as 15 miles per hour. So once we get through today and tomorrow, we got a beautiful weekend to do whatever it is you want to do for the weekend. 6 minutes after 7 right now here on WCAB's Morning Wake Up Call. Congratulations to our Valentine Grand Prize winners yesterday, Glenn and Lisa Harmon of Spindale. They were the winners of that package yesterday, drawn during the 8 o'clock hour. And all of you who entered, we say thank you for being a part of this Be My Baby week here at WCAB. A lot of early prizes went out, and then the grand prize was loaded with some great gifts. And for those folks who participated from the standpoint of local businesses, we say thank you. And that's why we want to support the local businesses, because they're always helping participate in fun things for us to do right here to promote a local community. A couple of items update. In Mill Spring over in Polk County, neighbors in the vicinity of 2281 Pea Ridge Road in Mill Spring, about a mile from Tryon International Equestrian Center, have been seeing and hearing activity on the 152-acre property for some weeks now. In 7 phases over the next 15 years, the rolling wooden hills, fields, and creeksides will be transformed into Door of Hope Ministries headquarters. That's a variety of therapy centers and an assortment of accommodations that will serve as sustaining funding sources for the venture. The ministry offers Christian counseling, sponsors large conferences, and runs Hannah House, a home for female victims of trauma and abuse. The ministry is based in Columbus on Highway 108 in a building they share with the Gospel Express Ministry. The project comes with an ambitious price of $52,551,230. According to the ministry's marketing material, it's a long road ahead. They're just getting started, said Ron Gann, Director of Communications for Door of Hope at the Ridge. He added that over $500,000 has already been raised and has been put into infrastructure currently being installed on the property. It will take at least 15 years to do the whole thing, said Dave Stolfus, Director of Door of Hope's Hannah House, a home for women who have experienced trauma to receive biblically based counseling during a 3-week intensive live-in program. To publicize the project, there will be a groundbreaking up there, and they will hope folks will come out and participate in that. Phase 2 of Hannah's House will house 18 women in 3 duplex-style homes. This will allow the ministry to increase the number of women they are able to rotate through the program from 3 to 18. This phase project is due to cost $3,312,500. Meanwhile, 4 Republican representatives from the Piedmont Triad have filed a bill in North Carolina House that would forbid the state from establishing or enforcing COVID-19 vaccine mandates. District 70 Representative Brian Biggs, along with District 59 Representative John Hardesty, the House Majority Whip, and Representative Donnie Lambert from District 75, and Neil Jackson. We'll talk about this later during the next hour of the program. Right now, here's Bill O'Reilly.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first, if you are a timeshare owner, you're probably upset that your yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and done in a specific time frame. They're the only company you can trust, having helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So please call Lone Star Transfer 855-551-7066 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. On this Wednesday, as many of you know, I was at the Super Bowl, and Carrie Lake, who was recently defeated for the Arizona governor's job, attended as well. But she did not stand for the song Lift Every Voice and Sing. Written in 1900 by NAACP Chief James Weldon Johnson, the song is considered by some to be the Black national anthem, but it has not been designated that. It's just a song. Cheryl Lee Ralph performed it about 25 minutes before kickoff, and I did stand. Most in the crowd were also up, but not all. There is no protocol to stand during the song. It's an individual decision, just like America the Beautiful, which was sung after Miss Ralph left the field. Carrie Lake and some other conservatives believe there should be only one national anthem and that the Lift Up song is divisive. They are, of course, entitled to that opinion and should not be defamed as racist, as some progressives are doing. The usual vicious stuff is smeared all over the net. I see it this way. 70% of NFL players are African American, so the song is a signal of respect for them. Easy one for me. Respect, empathy, and context are important in a civil society. 10 minutes before the game started, country singer Chris Stapleton sang a terrific rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner. Everyone in the stadium stood. Respect for the country was on display, an important moment in a divided nation. Back after this. No question, there is a concerted effort to intimidate and silence conservative thinkers and replace our God-given individual liberty with big government controls. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits and all kinds of great content. Please stand with AMAC at amac.us. That's amac.us. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Sunday, Wednesday morning, I have these death announcements this morning. Ethel Shields Godfrey, age 89, of the Shiloh community, died Tuesday, February the 14th at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be held at 2 o'clock Thursday, February the 16th, in the Paget and King Chapel. The family will receive friends following the service, and burial will be private for the family at Shiloh Baptist Church Cemetery. The family will be gathering at her home. Paget and King Mortuary, serving the family of Ethel Shields Godfrey. Eula Pete Lancaster McMahon, 84, of Mooresboro, died Saturday, February the 11th, at her home. The funeral service will be held at 2 o'clock Saturday, February the 18th, in the Paget King Chapel. Burial will follow the service at Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends from 1 until 2 prior to the service. The Paget at King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements. Eula Pete McMahon. Mary Stott Epley, age 91, of Forest City, died Tuesday, February the 14th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. Those arrangements are still pending and will be announced by the Paget and King Mortuary. Again, that's Mary Stott Epley. James Billy Bradley, age 71, of Forest City, passed away Saturday, February the 4th, at the Charles George VA Medical Center. The funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Saturday, February the 18th, at Spindale Fellowship Holiness Church. Burial will follow at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Military honors will be provided by the Rutherford County Honor Guard. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the church. Harrelson Funeral Home, serving the family of James Billy Bradley. Louisa Price, 66, of Ellenboro, passed away Sunday, February the 12th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. Memorial services will be held 1:30 Saturday, February the 18th, at Pleasant Grove United Methodist Church. The family will receive friends following the service in the Fellowship Hall. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Louisa Price of Ellenboro. George Lester Womack Jr., age 64, of Mill Springs, passed away Monday, February the 6th, at his home. There will be a gathering of family and friends at McMahon's Funeral Home from 4:30 until 6, Thursday, February the 16th, and McMahon's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for George Lester Womack Jr. Jerry Lee Powell Sr., age 81, of Horry City, passed away Sunday, February the 12th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. A memorial service will be conducted at 1 o'clock Thursday, February the 16th, at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. Burial will follow at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is serving the family of Jerry Lee Powell Sr. Matilda Mary Staggs, age 97, of Rutherfordton, passed away Wednesday, February the 8th, at Rutherford Regional Medical Hospital. Friends may gather at St. Francis de Sales Catholic Church on Thursday, February the 16th, from 10 until the 11 o'clock Mass of Christian Burial. Burial will follow in the West Virginia National Cemetery in West Virginia. McCullough Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements, and Mike Mann's Funeral Home and Cremation Service in charge of the local arrangements for Matilda Mary Staggs. Hillard Stephen Keever, age 77, of Rutherfordton, died Saturday, February the 11th, at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be at 3 o'clock today at Grace Creek Baptist Church. The family will receive friends today from 1:30 until 3 prior to the funeral service at the church. Burial will be at the Grace Creek Baptist Church Cemetery. Mike Van's Funeral Home and Cremation Services in charge of the arrangements for Hillard Stephen Keever. Teresa Evans Mickles, age 61, of Forest City, passed away Wednesday, February the 8th, at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Funeral arrangements incomplete at this time and will be announced by Harrelson Funeral Home for Teresa Evans Mickles. Carol Rhea Green, 87, of Svindale, died Saturday, February the 11th, at her home. A private service will be held by the family, and the Pageant King Mortuary and Crematory is serving the family of Carol Rhea Green. Freddie Robinson Jr., age 62, of Marion, passed away Thursday, February the 9th, at Mission Health McDowell. In honor of his wishes, there will be no formal service conducted, and Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services is serving the family of Freddie Robinson Jr. Ethel Shields Godfrey, age 89, of Shallow Community, died Tuesday, February 14th, at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. Those arrangements are pending and will be announced by the Pageant King Mortuary for Ethel Shields Godfrey. Reverend Tony Spencer, age 67, of Forest City, died Saturday, February the 11th, at Hospice of the Carolina Foothills. A service of resurrection and thanksgiving will be held at 2 o'clock this afternoon in the First Baptist Church of Forest City. The family will receive friends following the service in the Family Life Center. The Pageant King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Reverend Tony Spencer. John Thomas Phillips, age 77, passed away Wednesday, February the 8th. Services will be held at a later date in Tennessee, and Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family on a local basis of John Thomas Phillips. Laura Catherine Hayda, age 47, of Rutherfordton, passed away. There will be a private family-only service at a later date, and Mike Van's Funeral Home will be serving the family of Laura Catherine Hayda. And those are the death announcements we have in-house this morning. For complete information on these and others as they become available to us, you can hear those this morning at 11:30 and then again at 5:10 as part of the afternoon Called Around the County newscast. It's now 19 minutes after 7.
With the establishment of Kansas as a state at the beginning of 1861, United States and Kansas officials tried to encourage the settlement of the state by creating the boundaries of the state's counties in advance of their being populated or even officially established. Then they passed legislation that stated after it reached a population of 600 inhabitants, the area can become an official county, could be established with county officers, and a county seat. Unfortunately, this process was ripe for swindlers. The residents of one county area were just a few buffalo hunters. Then on February 15, 1873, 3 of these enterprising men came up with a way to make more money than they could hunting buffalo, and not have to work nearly as hard doing it. First, they built a cabin on the banks of Bluff Creek and named it the newly established town of Bluff City. Inside the crude cabin, they lined up a row of buffalo skulls. Each skull was given a name. The 3 men then proceeded to elect the buffalo skulls to various county offices. They then assembled a list of 600 names. The documentation was taken to the state capitol, and the county was officially established. The next order of business was to get a capital city for the county's operation. So the 3 men held another election and voted to pass $40,000 in bonds for the courthouse and county furnishings. The bonds were taken to St. Louis, Missouri, and sold to a bank for $30,000. Then each man took his share of the money and disappeared. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
21 minutes after 7 o'clock, we'll get to the phones here in just a moment to find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours or so. And we'll get that report started in just a moment.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush, brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Now, Sergeant Brendel is with us from the Sheriff's Department this morning via telephone, and he has the information from the report. So let's go with it. Sergeant Brendel, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, doing great. Thank you. Tell us what's been going on.
Past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has answered 239 calls, processed 13 arrests, and currently have 165 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Trevon Carson, 25-year-old black male of Far City, charged with failure to appear on a felony, given a $10,000 secure bond. We have a Kimberly Clements, 22-year-old white female of Far City, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear, given a $6,000 secure bond. We have a Mark Edward Green, 35-year-old white male of Union Mills, charged with, looks like a fictitious tag, speeding, no insurance, driving while license revoked, given a $500 secure bond. We have a Justin Farmer, 25-year-old white male of Far City, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, given a $500 unsecured bond. And we have a Sharon Penley, 29-year-old white female of Asheville, charged with 1 count of felony abduction of children, given a $50,000 secured bond on that. Under our incident reports, we have a identity theft reported from Highway 120 in Mooresboro. Looks like somebody applied for a personal loan in the victim's name. And we have a assault on female assault by strangulation from Brewer Hollow Drive in Rutherford. And that's all we have this morning.
All right, Sergeant Brendel, thank you very much for keeping us informed, and you have a safe day out there.
You too. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Why not let Andrew Tisdale help you create a game plan for financial success? Call 828-287-9197 and get started today. That's Andrew Tisdale, 828-287-9197. And we're checking in now with 911 Communication, and Amanda is on the phone to give us that update. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
On the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications Center has processed 423 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 41 for the emergency medical services, 239 for the Sheriff's Office, 56 for Forest City, 7 for Lake Lure, 34 for Rutherfordton, and 17 for Spindale. Forest City Fire Department had a structure fire, Hudlow had a motor vehicle crash, Rutherfordton had a motor vehicle crash, and SDO had a motor vehicle crash, and that is all.
Thanks so much. Have a good day.
You too.
It's the store folks in Western North Carolina depend on. Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply. It's like a superstore. Deer corn, $11.05 for 50 pounds. Cob corn, $10. They have plenty of deer plant supplies. Check on the lower prices on propane, $12.99 for a 20-pound tank. Mulch, gravel, rocks, and supplies for beautiful landscaping. That's available at Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply at lower prices. Open Monday through Saturday. If you want a feed and seed store that carries so much more, including new and used farm equipment, then come on over to Farmer's Friend Feed, Seed, and Supply, 188 Whiteside Road, Rutherfordton.
Ruby Taylor from Danieltown, SDO District, is here now to tell us what's been going on. Well, good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
What's on your report today?
Well, the fire department had a vehicle accident, and on my birthday calendar, I got Christine, Stacy, and Becky all get having birthdays and hope they have a nice day. And the signs are in the knees today and tomorrow, and that's all I got, Jim.
Thanks, Ruby. Enjoy your Wednesday.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City. All right, Chris Melton is next. He's up at the Lake Lure, Chimney Rock, and Bills Creek community overlooking things for us. Chris, you having a good morning so far?
Real good. How are you, Jim?
Doing good. Doing good. Ready to go at it today, are you?
Sure am.
Just hopefully it's quiet.
I sure do. Had a real nice day yesterday and with the weather, and no fire calls to report, honestly. It was a good day on this whole end of the county.
Good, good. Beautiful day to walk around the lake up there, was it?
Yeah, just not in lake bad.
That's right. So everything's pretty quiet then.
Sure is. It got to 67 degrees yesterday up here.
Oh, wow. Going to be another nice one today, too. So enjoy it.
Sure.
I hope you don't have many calls to go out on, and be safe up there. We'll check back in with you tomorrow.
All right, Jim. Y'all have a good day.
Thanks, Chris. Bye-bye.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
The Bostic reporter is Devern Upton, and she's on the phone with me right now to give us the news. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well. Hope you are.
I'm doing well.
Good.
Temperature is 47 degrees over here this morning. Fire department had no calls. We have one birthday, Eleanor Riley. We want to wish her a happy birthday. Food boxes will be given out at Chase Ministry today from 9 to 10:30. Don't forget our bee supply store here in Bostic on Depot Street. If you need any bee supplies, and she has much more in there, won't be long till these bees will be buzzing with this beautiful weather. And Whistle Stop Bakery's here on Main Street in Bostic. Stop by and get your bakery items. She was very busy yesterday. And hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Laverne, you have a wonderful day as well, and keep us posted, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Let me brag on Hutchins Pest Control a minute. Don't let the pest bug you when Hutchins Pest Control is as close as a phone call. Honest, dependable, professional, and on-time service may be the reason they keep getting voted best pest control. If you have a pest problem, call this family-run business at 287-5171. Licensed in North and South Carolina and fully insured and bonded. Get a free estimate when you call Hutchins Pest Control and be sure the job is done right. That's Hutchins Pest Control. Call them today at 287-5171 and they'll be right there. Now at 7:30, continuing the tradition, relationship to Bob Hodge, here now is Robbie Samuel with a report. Good morning, Robbie.
Hey, good morning, Jim. How are you?
I'm doing well. You come from good stock over there, don't you?
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Something to be proud of.
Yes, absolutely. Sure. Absolutely. What's been going on?
Well, through the night, the fire departments, Hutbo and Ruston, they stayed quiet, so that's a good thing. And just waiting on the sun to finish coming up. Other than that, Jim, that's all we got going on today. Hopefully it'll stay that way.
Good. I think it's quiet everywhere so far, and hopefully it will stay that way, and we'll have a quiet week all the rest of the weekend.
I hope it's not like the old saying is, though, you know, the calm before the storm.
I know.
So hopefully it'll stay calm, and all that rain that might be calling for won't be quite as bad. Or get as much, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thankfully, there are folks like you out there willing to go fight fires and rescue folks if it happens. So I'm glad you guys are doing that.
Oh, yeah. All of us are just happy to help, and glad we could be there for everyone as much as we can. So, but that's all I got going on this morning, Jim, and I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, Robbie. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Here's Sue Price with a report from the Cherry Mountain Fire District on this Wednesday. Sue, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
You feeling well this morning?
Doing good. Hope you are.
Yes, indeed.
Well, good. We had a beautiful day yesterday. It's looking like we might have a pretty good day today, too.
I believe so.
Yeah. It's just weird weather for wintertime, isn't it?
Cupid was able to fly all around without bad weather yesterday, so he did his job, I believe.
I know. It was a busy, busy day for a lot of people. Well, let's see. I didn't have any calls from the fire department, so I guess they were quiet, and that's a good thing. Have only one birthday today, and it's for Phoebe Terry. She's on my personal calendar, so I hope Phoebe's going to have a good day, and we hope anybody that's having a birthday or anniversary will have a real good day on their special day and enjoy it. And I don't have any announcements, hadn't had anything come in from any of the churches, so just quiet and calm out here and looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one, Jim.
Thanks, Sue. You too, and I will check back in with you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's Cherry Mountain, and next stop is going to be Shingle Hollow, and we'll talk with her in just a moment. Just an update for you to work on your calendars. The ACC has announced the dates for the ACC tournament. The tournament will be played in Greensboro for the 29th time. This venue holds a record for most ACC tournament played. The dates of the tournament will be March 7 through 11. March 7 through 11. The championship game will be played on the 11th. And we do the Tar Heel games, of course, and we'll not be able to do the other games, but we will cover the Tar Heels, and those of you who are in business love to be a part of that and get a lot of exposure with that broadcast. Please let us know. We'll be glad to work you up a package to be a sponsor of the ACC tournament coming up in just a few weeks. Well, let's check in out with Tina White up in Shingle Hollow. Tina, you doing okay?
Good morning from Shingle Hollow. I am feeling mighty fine.
Good. Woke up this morning feeling fine, huh?
That's right.
Good.
Well, up here in Shingle Hollow this morning, it's a pleasant morning already, 46 degrees, and the sunrise was spectacular this morning. Nevaeh said it reminded her of Lion King. It looked like a cartoon out there. It was so pretty. But we are going to celebrate a birthday today with Mr. Darrell Paget. I hope he has a wonderful birthday. And the fire department was all quiet in the past 24 hours. White House Community Clubhouse is having their country buffet breakfast the 25th. So go ahead and mark your calendars and be ready to go have a good breakfast on the 25th at the White House Community Clubhouse. And tomorrow, the 16th, from 4 to 6:30, Trinity Christian School is having their kindergarten roundup. So if you want to learn about a good Christian education for your kindergartner, plan on going on over to Trinity Christian School. And as far as I know, that's all I have this morning. I'm looking forward to another wonderful day, wasn't it? It was so beautiful yesterday.
It was beautiful.
And, I thought about all the flower shops, the florists and their deliverers. I'm so glad it wasn't raining for them, because it would have been a hassle delivering all those flowers in the rain or the snow.
Oh, yes, yes. And the weather was perfect for them.
Yes, it was perfect.
It looks like we're having another one today, so I'm glad for that.
Yeah, everybody get outside and get some sunshine. Well, that's all I've got today. Stay blessed and just enjoy the day.
Thanks, Tina. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's your Holiday Report, and we'll get up to Union Mills next and get to Kelly Report.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale.
Well, the fastest hour in radio, I think, is this call around the county newscast every day. It just seems like the time just gets gone and it whizzes on by, but we always have time to go to Union Mills and talk with Brenda Kelly. Brenda, how you doing this morning?
I'm just fine on this wonderful Wednesday morning. How about yourself?
I'm fine on this wonderful Wednesday morning.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Did you have a good Valentine's?
I did. I sure did.
That's good. That's good. Was you good to Faye?
I tried to be.
You better be, because she'll get you if you don't.
I think she was pleased and happy. And,
well, that's good.
But after all these years together, it's she don't know what to expect from me.
you can throw some surprises, huh? Well, let's see. I've got 40 degrees on the front porch. I don't have any birthdays and anniversaries. And ways of announcements, Union Mills Wilderness Race, 5K, 10K, Saturday, February the 25th, 10 a.m. $30 restoration by visiting Race and Tow's website or calling 429-5871 by February the 19th in order to receive a T-shirt. Proceeds go to the Union Mills Learning Center for programs offered to the public and for maintenance costs. This is the first race of the Rutherford Outdoor Coalition Service. Points will be awarded for both races, medals for overall first, second, and third places. And so far, that's all I've got going on that I know of. But we've been having some pretty weather, but it's fixing to turn bad, ain't it?
Well, it looks like it probably will next week. This weekend, we'll get a little rain tomorrow probably, but this weekend looks good all the way through Sunday.
Well, good.
55 on Sunday with wind gusting to about 50 miles per hour, but I suspect next week we're probably just going to start turning cold again.
Well, it won't be long to March, and the wind will blow short enough then, won't it?
Yeah, we'll probably get the April showers in March.
And May flowers in what, April?
Yeah.
That's something I can't remember all
some
that.
Of them
but
popping
anyway.
up already.
Oh, I know it. I was out and about yesterday, and these trees that bloom, and they have all the pink blooms on. I don't know what they are. They was in full bloom. The jonquils or March flowers, they're blooming. The little crocuses and things like that's blooming. I thought, my goodness, it's way too early for all that because this is just the middle of February.
Yeah.
But the sunrise was red this morning, so that means bad weather.
Oh.
Yeah. But it's done clouded back over up here. That sun come up and the clouds come out and covered it right back up. So
maybe it's just going to be fair weather part of the time.
There you go. That's better than bad all the time, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure is.
But you better run down or go on down to Ellenborough and see if Luke's Sweet Thing's okay.
I'll hop and skip over there, and you have a great day.
Okay, catch you later.
Bye. And we will check that out in just a moment. It's 7:40.
Cheryl, have you been to the Homeworks Design Center inside Henson Building Materials in Forest City?
Oh, yes. Shana, David, and William are incredible at designing kitchen and bath cabinetry for my new she shed.
Your what?
And they have a full line of windows and doors on display in their 5,000 square foot showroom. And they'll install any ones you pick out for me.
Oh, you're too good to me.
I know. With selling and installing, it's basically one-stop shopping.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street, Forest City.
Building
and
starts
while we're talking
here.
with Luther Gilligan, you can call your birthdays in at 287-3356, and we'll have a birthday party here in a few moments. Right now, though, let's check in with the Ellenborough newsman, Luther Gilligan. Good morning.
Good morning, you two. It's a nice day down here. Hope you're having a good day.
My day's off to a great start so far.
I'm having a good day. Coffee's good. Everything is good down here. But it's a quiet morning, not a whole lot happening. Everybody just get their biscuits, they head on out to work, get the drink coffee, get me another cup. The fire department, they didn't have anything the last 24 hours, so everything's quiet with them. It's just a good day there, so you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Keep us posted, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, take care of that.
Bye. And that does leave us time to celebrate your birthday and anniversary for the 15th day of the February. If you were born today, you were almost a Valentine baby, but we'll celebrate on the 15th birthdays and anniversaries. Call Lou now. Lou's standing by. Take your call at 287-3356. 287-3356. 287-3356. We want to encourage you to take a trip to Granny B's sometime this week. Maybe go for lunch today and enjoy one of their great subs. Boy, they have a great sub. They got this... I've told you my favorite is that wheat bread, and they load that down with some meat, whatever choice your meat is you want to put on it. Then all other kind of things you want on it, and onions if you wanted, or tomatoes if you wanted, or lettuce if you wanted, or spinach if you wanted, and all kinds of things. They give you a choice of what you want on it, and it works out really good. And I like to get one of those little bags of chips and a big cup of iced tea, sit over in the corner and enjoy myself, and everything's fine when I'm having a meal at Granny B's, and you will too. You can enjoy one there or take some to work with you or take some home with you. Each afternoon on the way home, stop by and get a load of those subs from Granny B's.
Happy birthday.
Everybody's celebrating a birthday with us today. Birthdays or anniversaries, so we're going to zip right on by that and go to Keys to Confident Living and then take you down memory lane with some classic oldies.
I remember going through a time of great struggle in my work. It was a time when it would have been convenient to pull up stakes and go to a more promising territory. However, I felt the need to remain steady. From that experience, I had learned an important principle. This too shall pass. Whether we are going through a time of great blessing and things couldn't be better, or we are being tested like Job, or being pressured like Elijah as he ran from Jezebel, this too shall pass. We all want to live in a state of perpetual bliss, but that just isn't reality. All good things must come to an end, except heaven. And if you are going through one of your most trying and difficult phases of life, hold on. Better days are ahead. There is hope. Your situation will change. You may feel locked into a job that you don't like, a family situation which is robbing you of all of your joy, or a physical condition which is using up most of your available energy. But given time, most of these situations will improve. These things are not eternal. Most of them will get better. The psalmist captured it when he said, "Weeping may remain for a night, but rejoicing
Who shot and killed 10 people at a supermarket in Buffalo last year being sentenced this morning. Families of victims want to see him face to face.
The sentencing is a foregone conclusion. Peyton Gendron will serve the mandatory sentence of life in prison after he pleaded guilty to a state charge of domestic terrorism motivated by hate. The indictment said he shot 10 black people at the Tops supermarket because of the perceived race and or color of the victims.
ABC's Aaron Katursky. The victims of Monday's mass shooting at Michigan State University will be mourned tonight at a campus vigil.
Michigan State University remembering the 3 students who were tragically killed. Sophomore Brian Frazier, president of his fraternity. Junior Alexandria Verner, an athlete known for her kindness. And junior Ariel Diamond Anderson, who wanted to be a surgeon.
This is going to shake MSU for forever.
Some gathering at the campus landmark known as The Rock.
ABC's Alex Perez. The dead gunman, 43-year-old Anthony McCrae, took his own life. Authorities say he had an attack list on him with targets in other states. Also tonight, a town hall meeting over that train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio, filled with toxic chemicals that neighbors say is causing hundreds of fish, chickens, and cats to die and giving people sore throats. Environmental activist Erin Brockovich among those demanding answers.
Children who couldn't breathe, they were having asthma attacks, they were reporting projectile vomiting, they were reporting rashes, and they were scared.
The residents given the all clear to return home and told the water was safe to drink. In the earthquake zone in Turkey and Syria, miracles more than a week later.
The astonishing rescue in Turkey. 2 brothers trapped for nearly 200 hours. 17-year-old Mohammed and later his older brother Baki. The death toll from that 7.8 magnitude quake topping 41,000 across Turkey and Syria.
ABC's James Longman. You're listening to ABC News.
What is dedication?
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is Dariana. We call him Day for short. Every day he's hungry for something, whether it's attention, affection, knowledge. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that when he's no longer under my wing, that he's a good person. I think the advice I would give is you don't need to know all the answers. The craziest thing was believing that your dad knew everything. So as a dad, you felt like you had to know everything. You had to get everything right. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, then, it kind of starts to work itself out. I want him to be able to sit back one day and go, we worked together, we did a good job.
That's dedication. Find out more at fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
After several recent close calls with planes, the FAA now set to take a look at the whole system.
The FAA saying it will form a safety review team to examine the nation's aviation system after a series of incredibly dangerous close calls. The FAA's acting administrator writing in a memo, "We are experiencing the safest period in aviation history, but we cannot take this for granted. Recent events remind us that we must not become complacent. Now is the time to stare into the data and ask hard questions."
ABC's Gio Benitez. Hyundai and Kia are rolling out software updates to cars that have been targets for thieves ever since videos went out on TikTok showing people how to hotwire them. More than 8 million cars are eligible. Production is set to resume in a matter of weeks on the movie Rust after that deadly shooting on set.
We knew the movie Rust would finish filming, in part to honor the work of cinematographer Helena Hutchins. Now we have more details about when production will restart. Producers of the film say in a statement that they'll pick back up this spring with new safety officers as a part of the crew and a pledge that no working weapons will be used and there will be no ammunition of any kind on set. Returning director Joel Souza, who was also shot on set by the gun in Alec Baldwin's hand, says it's bittersweet to return, but a privilege to see the film through on Hutchins' behalf. The statement makes no mention of Baldwin, who is facing manslaughter charges. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
This is ABC News.
I'm innocent.
I am innocent.
I am innocent.
How annoying that you just said all this innocent stuff for so long and you're really guilty.
That's when Jen Shaw knew the game was up.
It was like working with a 40-year-old child.
The housewife scam, the real life of Jen Shaw.
6.5 years in federal prison.
Jen Shaw, a fraud.
This is Impact by Nightline, now streaming on Hulu.
So pay me my money.
I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
It's going to be a very warm day today. Above normal warmth will persist over the next 2 days. We will see highs in the mid-60s and the mid-70s. A few sprinkles will develop in some of our northern counties with clouds thickening up throughout the day. We are going to stay mostly dry for this afternoon. Once we head into tonight, we're down into the low to mid-40s with highs in the low to upper 70s tomorrow. A front will bring rain Thursday night and clear out early Friday. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Right now we're 46 degrees, warming up to 61, and then tonight dropping back to 51, so won't be as cold tonight as it was last night. So nice weather coming up unfolds. It's going to be weather's going to be nice enough almost, Wayne Rollins, so we can sit out on your picnic tables under your shed out there at your place.
I tell you what, the last couple of days, Jim, we've had a lot of crowds out there underneath the picnic tables, and it's just hard to believe that we're in February and we're having 60 and 65 degrees. I mean, I don't know, at some point in time yesterday, it felt like it got up close to 70. I mean, it was just a beautiful day out there yesterday, and it's good to see with all this rain and stuff we've had over the past few months, but it still sort of worries me. I keep thinking, I remember some of these days and back in, several years ago, we had some mild winters, and then all of a sudden in March, it just let the door down. So I'm sort of worried about March.
I know.
You never can tell what February and March may bring, but either way it goes, it's getting closer to springtime and fishing time and turkey time. I mean, it's just trout season. I mean, it's just a good time of year, and of course, doesn't matter if it's raining, sleeting, or snowing. It's a good time to come by Wayne's Lunchbox and get you some lunch or dinner. So
absolutely.
Either way, however the weather is, we can still feed you good. So you can always come by there and get you something good to eat.
Never been disappointed with any meal I've had out there, lunch and dinner.
Well, I know today's one of your favorites with the chicken pie this evening, so that's always a good thing to have. The chicken pie on Wednesdays has always been one of our best sellers, and we'll probably throw some cabbage in a pot here later on this morning. Probably have some either black eyes or pintos. I'm not sure which one I want to cook today. I hadn't cooked black eyes in a while, so we may run some black eyes today. But the big thing will be we got a new dessert tonight. I've been messing around, and we're going to have a honey bun cake for dinner tonight. Won't have them for lunch, but because you got to bake it and let it sit for a little while. So I've got everything together here, fixing to throw this thing together and put it in the oven. So we'll have some honey bun cake for dessert tonight. But just a lot of good things going on. Seeing a lot of new faces that we haven't seen in a while. And, of course, we have our regulars that come every day. But it's always good to see some people that, hadn't had the opportunity to get by, or just it's hard to believe we've been here almost 4 years, and we'll have some people come in like, well, what's good? I've never been here. And I'm like, oh, my goodness, it's up to your, imagination, especially with the cheeseburgers and, some of the sandwiches and all we do, which today for lunch is the cheeseburger sub, which in my opinion is one of the best sandwiches we have, because we take a 6-inch hoagie and put it on the grill and toast it up real good. And then it's up to you. You treat it just like a cheeseburger. We take that patty and chop it up, and we put cheese on it. And I tell everybody all the time, it's up to your imagination. We got 4 different types of cheeses, and then the toppings is just, unlimited. We got chili and slaw, and you can throw some grilled onions or mushrooms or jalapenos. You got bacon, and of course, then you can do it just, if you wanted a cheeseburger sub all the way with slaw, that's something that we do. But if you hadn't had one of the cheeseburger subs, I definitely recommend it for lunch. It's just a good sandwich. Again, you fix it however you like your cheeseburger. And people get, they do different things with it. We have a lot of different varieties of stuff that they get with a cheeseburger sub. And, of course, any sandwich that we do during lunch, we've got they're not tater wedges and they're not French fries. It's sort of like if you took those and married them together, that's sort of like our French fries. They're a little bit different and unique than most fries. And then You got some good old tater tots, and we got some good onion rings too. So you can throw that in there with your sandwich and be good to go. Or you can just take those French fries and the tater tots, and we can cover them with some chili and cheese and bacon or jalapenos or whatever, and you can just have what I call a tater tot pie. Again, it's not the healthiest thing in the world, but you can get a Diet Pepsi with it and sort of balance it out. You don't have to go full blown on it. So, but you take a big old order of tater tots and throw chili and cheese on them, and that's a good meal in itself. Put your little ranch dressing on it, and then it's a good meal. But a lot of people will take advantage during lunch and get a good old flounder sandwich. That's one of our popular items. We do the flounder. You can get a flounder plate for lunch if you want to too, but we don't use the square fish, Jim. I don't know where they catch them square fishes at, but we use a whole piece of fish, and we just fold it over and put it in a bun. So you're not going to get any square fish here. You're going to get the real fish. We cook it to order so it doesn't sit around. So when you order a fish sandwich or a fish plate, it goes right in the grease at that time. So flounder sandwich is definitely one of our popular items, and the flounder plates at night. So just a lot of variety of stuff. And, if you want to go keto on us, and we have a lot of people that do that, then you can get a hamburger with anything you want on it without the bun. We put it in the little tray and give you a fork, and you can go about your business. So a lot of things there. And, of course, we have I feel like we've got some of the best salads in the county that you can do. Just a big salad. You can get our chef salad with the chopped up ham and turkey, or you can do the calabash salad when we chop up the calabash chicken and put on top of it, or you can do the grilled chicken and get that on top of it as well. So a lot of people eat that grilled chicken. It's really good. We get it in. It's just tenders, same ones we use for our calabash, but we just put them on the grill and grill them with some seasoning, and it's a really good day. We eat it as a sandwich as well, so you can get you a grilled sandwich if you like. But got a big variety for such a little place. That's what the lady from the news said yesterday. She said it's just hard to believe that you got so much variety in such a little box. And I said, well, it started out as just a lunch box, and we just carried over into dinner. I said, I didn't change the name. I said, but we sort of got, I don't know what you would call that, but it's not just a lunchbox anymore with us doing dinner. But I just love my little place, and I look forward to seeing everybody when they come by. It's just like a little family over there. So it's always good to see everybody and making people happy. I know yesterday we did the Krispy Kreme donut strawberry shortcake yesterday. I wasn't even thinking it was Valentine's Day when I said, well, I'm going to run them on Tuesday. And luckily it was. I mean, we sold a pile of them. And one of the best customer reactions I had to that thing yesterday was, he said, I'll never look at another strawberry shortcake the same way. He said, you just ruined it. He said, you absolutely ruined it for me. He said, who in the world would have thought of doing a donut from Krispy Kreme and making it a strawberry shortcake? He's like, I can't believe you did me that way. But had a lot of good results from that yesterday, and just love making people happy when they eat. So,
one of the things I admire and appreciate you, Wayne, is your creativity is always there. You come up with something new. I'm not downgrading any other restaurant, but you go to a fast food restaurant, you get the same thing, same menu all the time. But you go to your place, you got such a variety, and you can change one thing that what we used to eat it way and change it to this way, and it becomes a new creation.
Exactly, and that's the thing that makes it good, because anytime you have a couple people that go out and eat, or 3 or 4, they're not going to eat the same thing. Some of them may be on a diet, some of them may not be, and in that case, that's one good thing that we do. Our menu's not crazy big, but it's got enough variety on it that we can cover the bases. If you want to eat healthy, we've got the healthy food. If you want to eat just normal, then we've got that. And then, like I said, again, you can make a chili cheese top pie if you want to. So, I mean, the variety's there, and a lot of things that we do, like on Mondays and Thursdays, when we do Monday, we do the grilled chicken Philly, and then on Thursdays we do the Spindale Philly. And you can make those up on the grill, and instead of putting it in the bun, you can put it on a salad. And that's a really good salad, and we have a lot of people do that. So we do have a lot of variety, and I think, being in the business as long as I have, and with the culinary background and all, just you learn to get creative with things, and that's what keeps things, keeps people coming back, because they'll come in and be like, well, I ain't never seen that, or I've never had that. It's like when we do the big boy tater, it's nothing fancy. It's just a bigger potato than you normally get when you go to a steakhouse or somewhere like that. But then you got the option to put, the chili, the cheese, the ham, the jalapenos, or do whatever, pimento cheese. You could do anything you want to with stuff like that. So it opens it up to basically your imagination of what you want to eat. So that makes it easy for us, and and it gives the people what they want to eat. With us having a variety like that. So,
but I don't, for whatever reason, I don't know why folks report back to me. I guess because we talk a couple times a week, report back to me about what they've had over there. And someone told me the other day was bragging on your salads, your chef salads, that if you want a good one, that's where I got mine, and I love it. So. People brag back to me on what you're serving, like I'm your partner or something.
Well, I think you're just known in the county good, Jim, and I think they come back to you because they've heard you so long on the radio. And again, y'all guys do such a good job up there, and just appreciate y'all, calling and getting the word out for us. And I think they just come to you because you're like an icon in the county, Jim, so they want you to know what's going on.
Well, I know good food when I taste it, and I know you've got it. So keep up the
I
good work
appreciate
over there,
that. We're going to try our best to.
I'll see you next time.
All right, Jim. Have a good week, son.
Bye. Wayne Rollins reporting in this morning from Wayne's Lutzbox there in Spindale. It's 17 minutes after 8.
This is Dwayne Hunt with Insurance Service Associates. We know that due to COVID, many people don't want to come in the office. If you need to discuss your insurance needs or just make a payment, you can come through the drive-thru, telephone us, or drop in. We want to see you, but it doesn't have to be across from a desk. Insurance Service Associates, now located at 245 East Main Street in Forest City.
We're all about saving every dime these days, aren't we? Stretching dollars is everything in today's households. Stop giving the big box stores all your hard-earned money. Stop at Jay's Discount Grocery on Oak Street in Forest City. Jay's has thousands of merchandise at incredible low prices. Fresh produce every week, your choice of top-quality meats, canned food, frozen favorites, ice cream, snack foods, cleaning products, dog food, and so much more. The big box stores only want your money. It's small-town folks like Rick that care about the little people, like you and me. Shop Jay's Discount Grocery Monday through Wednesday, 8 to 7, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 8 till 8. EBT card and debit cards are welcome. That's Jay's Discount Grocery, 671 Oak Street, Forest City.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road in Spindale. There are plenty of drugstores in Rutherford County, but not all of them offer the same personal customer service that is offered at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton. Laura Hodge and her team have trusted experience and professional service. You're not just a number to them, you're a friend. Make the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton your hometown drugstore at 200 Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 6, Saturdays 9 to 1, 287-7117.
The Sheriff's Report coming up in just a few moments. Right now, some news from here and there. Over in Tryon, a man was recently arrested after he violated sex offender registry requirements in Polk County. John Philip Kenning was arrested after Polk County detectives received a tip that he was using social media to meet women online. After an investigation of all allegations, the detectives took Kenning into custody. A magistrate gave Kenning a $6,000 bond, and Kenning was released approximately 2 hours after being taken into custody. Kenning is currently out on parole from Florida after serving half of a 10-year sentence for multiple sex offenses. Why is he out on parole, folks? 10-year sentence. He served half of it. He's out. Polk County Sheriff Tim Wright said last Friday morning, thanks to a tip from the public and the work of our detectives, a predator will hopefully be off the streets soon. Sex offenders in Polk County will be held accountable, and violation of the sex offender registry will be investigated and charged. Sheriff Wright also showed gratitude to North Carolina Probation and Parole for their assistance in this case. Four Republican representatives from the Piedmont Triad have filed a bill in North Carolina House that would forbid the state from establishing or enforcing COVID-19 vaccine mandates. District 70 Representative Brian Biggs, along with District 59 Representative John Hardesty, the House Majority Whip, and Representative Donnie Lambeth from District 75, and Neil Jackson filed House Bill 98, called the Medical Freedom Act, which in great detail prohibits discrimination against persons based on refusal of COVID-19 vaccinations. The bill specifies state agencies, local government, and political subdivisions of the state, and it requires compliance by public schools, state and local public health agencies, and local governments. It prohibits schools from forcing faculty and staff to be vaccinated. It also prohibits other health requirements, such as masks adopted by public schools, it specifies that if a parent were to sue a public school, there would be an expectation of recovering attorney's fees and court costs. Since the outbreak of the pandemic in 2020, North Carolina has had about 3.44 million diagnosed cases of COVID-19, and there have been 29,279 deaths as of February the 8th. Biggs said in an email response to WGHP that he was proud to propose legislation to protect North Carolinians from losing their jobs due to COVID-19 vaccinations. This bill will prohibit any state and local government agency or political subdivision of the state from using COVID-19 requirements or requiring proof of COVID-19 vaccination records of any person. This will prevent state and local government from promulgating vaccine requirements on private citizens and also on public employees. We'll see how that flies coming up, meaning they can't require you to have a vaccination if you want to fly on an airplane out of North Carolina. 22 minutes past 8 o'clock, Sergeant Brandel was with us earlier, gave us a report from the Sheriff's Department. We recorded it for broadcast at this time. Sergeant Brandel?
Past 24 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has answered 239 calls, processed 13 arrests, and currently have 165 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Trevon Carson, 25-year-old black male of Far City, charged with failure to appear on a felony, given a $10,000 secure bond. We have a Kimberly Clements, 22-year-old white female of Far City, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear, given a $6,000 secure bond. We have a Mark Edward Green, 35-year-old white male of Union Mills, charged with looks like a fictitious tag, speeding, no insurance, driving while license revoked, given a $500 secure bond. We have a Justin Farmer, 25-year-old white male of Far City, charged with 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, given a $500 unsecured bond. And we have a Sharon Penley, 29-year-old white female of Asheville, charged with 1 count of felony abduction of children, given a $50,000 secured bond on that. Under our incident reports, we have a identity theft reported from Highway 120 in Mooresboro. Looks like somebody applied for a personal loan in the victim's name. And we have a assault on female assault by strangulation from Brewer Hollow Drive in Rutherford. And that's all we have this morning.
Sports coming up in the dates for the ACC tournament. It's going to be played in Greensboro for the 29th time. This venue holds a record for most ACC tournaments played. The dates of the ACC tournament will be March 7th through the 11th. The championship game will be played on the 11th, and WCAB again will be carrying the Tar Heel games throughout as far as they go in this March Madness game. 24 past 8 o'clock. Been Jordan B. Thanks for joining us for the morning, and I'll look forward to having you back tomorrow morning. Right now, stand by. Sports on WCAB 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB. So long, everybody.
NCN Sports, I'm Nate Saunders. The Metropolitan Division leading Hurricanes get a huge division win over the Capitals. Correspondent Craig Heist reports.
Stefan Nason had a goal and an assist, and Frederick Anderson made 34 saves to lead the Hurricanes to a 3-2 win over the Capitals. Nason's power play goal in the second period was the difference in the game. Brett Burns and Paul Stastny also lit the lamp. Stastny says it was a tough road win.
Yeah, it's always tough playing here, especially on the road against these guys who are fighting for every point. So for us, it's a big 2 points, and now we kind of continue to build on it.
TJ Oshie and Joe Snively scored for the Capitals, who were playing without Alex Ovechkin, who was away from the team because of a family issue. Craig Heist, Washington.
Hurricanes coach Rod Brindamore says his team needs to get more power play chances in these tight games.
We got to do a better job of either drawing penalties or staying out of the box, because that's the difference in the games. It has been really all these tight games. That's what it comes down to. So fortunately tonight we were able to get one, and we were decent on the kill.
Judah Mintz scored 20 points, and Syracuse knocked off number 23 North Carolina State 75-72. With the score tied at 70 with 2 minutes to go, Jesse Edwards finished strong at the rim, plus the foul to give the Orange a 3-point lead. Syracuse would then use a mixture of defensive pressure and clutch free throw shooting to hold on for the victory. Edwards finished with 18 points for Syracuse, which also got 11 from Chris Bell, 10 from Malik Brown, and 14 from Joe Girard III. DJ Burns Jr. and Jarkel Joyner each scored 15 points for the Wolfpack, who were coming off a 92-62 victory at Boston College on Saturday. And free agency has come to college basketball with the NCAA's decision that transfers need not sit out a year before playing. That's given programs with holes to fill access to players to fill those holes quickly. I'm Nate Saunders. You're listening to NCN Sports.
Do you find yourself considering a home generator when a storm is approaching? It's better to prepare now. A Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power guards the home against blackouts caused by weather of all types. 45 years in business and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Act now for a free 10-year warranty on a Generac automatic standby generator from Alternative Power. Terms and conditions apply. Financing options are available. Alternative Power, North Carolina's Generac experts. See more at alternativepower.com.
Look, we might be learning to live with COVID.
Schools and sports are back.
Stay-at-home orders are over.
But the effects of COVID-19 are still here.
Right here.
We have the tools, and a little goes a long way.
Vaccines, testing, and masks when you're not feeling well.
Let's keep moving forward.
COVID is unpredictable.
Get your shot to protect yourself and your loved ones.
Stay protected against COVID-19. Find the updated booster at myspot.nc.gov.
Kyle Filipowski scored 22 points, and Duke beat Notre Dame 68-64 with former coach Mike Krzyzewski on hand to watch the man who succeeded him pick up a milestone victory. Krzyzewski attended his first game inside Cameron Indoor Stadium since retiring after last season to conclude a 42-year career as the Blue Devils coach. He saw John Shayer become the first men's ACC coach to win his first 13 career home games. Notre Dame's Dane Goodwin scored 19 of his 25 points in the second half, including 17 straight. Last night in college basketball, an upset, Oklahoma beating number 12 Kansas State 79-65, and in a thriller, number 24 Providence beat number 18 Creighton 94-86. Tonight in the NBA, San Antonio visits Charlotte at 7. You're listening to NCN Sports.
It's going to be a very warm day today. Above normal warmth will persist over the next 2 days. We will see highs in the mid-60s and the mid-70s. A few sprinkles will develop in some of our northern counties with clouds thickening up throughout the day. We are going to stay mostly dry for this afternoon. Once we head into tonight, we're down into the low to mid-40s with highs in the low to upper 70s tomorrow. A front will bring rain Thursday night and clear out early Friday. I'm meteorologist Peter Sherwood in the Weather Center.
Here in the foothills, it is going to be mostly cloudy today, but our temperature is going to be up to around 61 for a daytime high. The rain starts coming in here by tonight and tomorrow. We'll have rain off and on tonight, tomorrow night. Then the weekend is clearing out to be a nice one, and the temperatures are going to remain up, feeling like springtime. And right now, it is 46 degrees. It's 8:30. This is WCAB Rutherfordton, serving the foothills from 100.9 FM, 590 AM. It's time now for the Word of Faith Fellowship radio program. And with the program today is Jordan and Erica Nenau.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jordan Nino, and I'm here with my wife, Erica, and we're members of the Word of Faith Fellowship, and we're just so grateful to be a part of the church and the work there, and we're grateful to be here with you this morning and sharing with you what God's been doing in our hearts, and we wanted to share with you today about being grateful and thankful to God for what He has done in our lives, and the importance of keeping that gratefulness in your heart all the time. And I wanted to start out with this verse, and it's in 1 Thessalonians 5:18. It says, "Thank God in everything, no matter what the circumstances may be thankful and give thanks, for this is the will of God for you, who are in Christ Jesus, the revealer and mediator of that will." And think about your life. Are you thankful and grateful in every circumstance of your life, in every hardship? Or are you just grateful when life's going good and everything's going smooth? Or, it says, the verse says, be grateful in everything, no matter what the circumstance is. And, I check on myself quite often, am I grateful for what, in everything I'm going through, in every circumstance? And I remind myself about how grateful I am, what God's done in my life, how He's changed my heart and changed my life. And, He's given me a family that wants to serve God with me. And, just like I said earlier, bringing me to this church that loves God and wants everyone to make it to heaven. And, I have a wonderful wife, and I'm grateful for her, and she loves me and wants me to make it. And I have a wonderful son, Landon, and he's just such a big blessing in my life. And just my church family, everybody there, they're just a blessing. I'm grateful for each and every one of them. And there's just so much more I could share of things I'm grateful for, but, time wouldn't allow. But I have another verse, and it says, actually, like the verse says, it just says we need to be grateful and thankful in everything. And no matter what we go through, if, like I said earlier, if it's hardships or if life's going good, doesn't matter what the circumstances, we're going to be grateful. And my next scripture is a scripture I do read quite often, and it's in Hebrews 13, it's 5-6. "Let your character or moral disposition be free from love of money, including greed, avarice, lust, and craving for earthly possessions, and be satisfied with your present circumstances and with what you have. For He, God Himself, has said, I will not in any way fail you, nor give you up, nor leave you without support. I will not in any degree leave you helpless, nor forsake, nor let you down, relax my hold on you, assuredly not. So we take comfort and are encouraged, and confidently and boldly say, the Lord is my helper. I will not be seized with alarm. I will not fear or dread or be terrified. What can man do to me?" And you see there, it says, if we're satisfied with our present circumstances and with what we have, God will take care of us. We don't have to fear. It says God will never leave us, never forsake us. And are we grateful for what we have? Or are we personally trying to find the things that we want and trying to go after, I want this car, I want this house, I want this amount of money, instead of just being grateful for what you have. And because God will provide it if we're just grateful for what we have and in those circumstances, He'll provide, and we don't have to fear. And like I said, He'll never leave us. He'll never forsake us. And that's one thing I know I've seen. There's been times I've just always I think I need this, I think I need that, and I'm getting stuck in the circumstances, but God always brings me back and reminds me, shows me what He's given me, a wife, a son, everything God's given me. That's what's the big part and the big blessing there. And, and when you do think about what God's done for you and not striving after the things and wanting this and trying to get that, you feel that you have the peace in your heart. And that's important, that, and I know I love feeling that peace in my heart, and just every day just knowing that God's got a hold of my life. And in Colossians 3:15, and this is another verse I know is special to me, it says, "And let the peace, soul harmony, which comes from Christ, rule, act as umpire continually in your hearts, deciding and settling with finality all the questions that arise in your minds. In that peaceful state to which, as members of Christ's one body, you were also called to live, and be thankful, appreciative, giving praise to God always." And that's where, and you see where it says giving praise to God and being thankful always. And in that, you have the peace in your heart. And that's one thing we've seen is, when we were studying, is peace and gratefulness and thankfulness. It all flows together. If you don't have that gratefulness, you're striving after things, you're striving after whatever, the peace isn't there. And that's one thing I know I've seen and we were seeing when we were studying.
Yeah, exactly. Just like what he was saying is, I've learned when you're grateful, that peace comes, there's joy, there's no torment, you're satisfied, and definitely there's no grumbling or complaining. And even when you're in a bad situation or things aren't going right, if you could just find one thing that you can be grateful for, it can change the whole situation. It can turn the whole situation around. And it's very important to be grateful in these kind of situations. And an example that I think about in the Bible a lot is Paul, and especially in Philippians. And in Philippians 4:6, it says, "Do not fret or have any anxiety about anything, but in every circumstance and in everything, by prayer and petition, definite request, with thanksgiving, continue to make your wants known to God." And that's what Jordan was saying. When you're not satisfied with what you have, and you're going after things, if you settle down and ask God with definite requests, with thanksgiving, that it's His will, He'll give it to you. You don't have to strive for it. And you won't have that fret, you won't have that anxiety, but you'll be grateful for whatever God gives you. And God's peace shall be yours, that tranquil state of a soul assured of its salvation,